Hello, class. Welcome to week 4 of our course. We're just at the halfway point of our course, and I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a good week 3. I will begin to start grading those week 3 assignments. I'm currently reviewing a couple quiz questions that I got some questions on, and some wording that I don't quite agree with, so I may be giving some points back. I'm still kind of looking over it. Real quick, I want to explain how the quizzes work. These quizzes that you take every week, they have not been created by me. They are created by the course lead as well as the kinesiology department itself. All of these quizzes kind of go through a rigorous little process where they're created. They go through a couple faculty members. They're kind of double checked. However, we're all human, and occasionally some questions get by that just don't make complete sense, or sometimes they're not completely fair, and we do our best to, when we catch those quiz questions, we do our best to rectify that issue and take care of it. If you have any questions in regards to any specific quiz question, say you don't agree with one, please feel free to send me an email. In that email, state the quiz question, justify why you feel like you were correct or why the answer's incorrect or whatever you're disagreeing with. You do have to justify it to me. So don't just send it to me and say, hey, I think it's wrong. Actually send me, your justification, your explanation. Send me, you can quote the textbook, anything you want. And what I do usually is I will run a statistical analysis of the quiz at the end of the week once all the quizzes are in, and I will assess that specific question, and it will tell me if more than 50% of the class got it right or wrong. Usually, if more than 50% of the class got it wrong, I think that's more of an issue on the quiz question than the students. So I usually give those points back. So if you have any questions specifically with any of them, please don't hesitate to contact me. All right. So this week, for week 3, just pulling it up here. So we have 3 assignments. So this is continuing cardiovascular and respiratory function. So you will actually be in the same chapter that we have been in week 3. All right, so going from that, you have another quiz 4. Quiz 4 is going to be the same as all, 40 minutes. You have a 40-minute limit on that. If you have any questions, like I said, it's a 20-point quiz. Just send that over to me. So this week you have a reflection. We're blessed to be in a university where we're allowed to, discuss God and integrate God and Scripture into our work. Not all universities are like that, and so that's why I like to take advantage of those moments. So this week your reflection is read the following verses in the Bible. You're going to read Matthew 9 verses 1 through 8, John 6, John 8, Luke 5, specific verses, and in your discussion I want you to address the following. How was contact with Jesus established? How did Jesus address the needs of the people he came in contact with? And 3, how can you imitate the behavior of Christ as a kinesiologist? Use specific examples of what that might look like in your future career. All right, so I want you to answer those questions, post your initial post by Thursday at midnight, and then you have to respond to at least one of your classmates by Sunday. All right, if a few of you have seen your reflection grades, I do count you late if you don't send that initial post in by Thursday, all right? It's very important that you do that to give everyone enough time and enough options to read as many posts and to answer as many as they want, all right? So please answer at least one. More is encouraged, but I will only hold you accountable to at least answering one in order to get full credit. All right, and so Cap 4 assignment. All right, so we had a little break from calculations last week. Now we're back in it. So these are VO2 calculations. All right, so I have attached a VO2 document of how to calculate VO2. I understand math is not everyone's favorite. It's not my favorite in college. It's still not my favorite. However, it's a large part of kinesiology. It's a large part of the job I do now. For many of you who want to go further past the bachelor's degree in kinesiology, math is just something you're going to have to get used to. All right. For those of you who want to be doctors of physical therapy, you have to go through physics, chemistry. You have to do all sorts of math that you don't ever really totally use, but it's always great to know because there's a bigger purpose to it. So please contact me if you have any questions in regards to these mathematical equations. But keep in mind, everything you need to pass this assignment is here. So please take time, look over the documents I've posted, look over the explanations of how I posted the steps. I really have made it as easy as I possibly can. It really is like a plug and chug type of thing. You just put the numbers in and you just follow the equation. One thing I would say in regards to submitting questions, make sure you're submitting them before Sunday, all right? You can absolutely submit them on Sunday, but the likelihood of me getting to them and being able to give you a very good answer is not that high, because Sunday is kind of a busy day for everybody, but you have all week to do these assignments. So you should be starting these assignments very early on in the week, and that way, the longer you have, if you have a question, you're going to get a better answer, and you're going to have way more time to marinate on it. If you hit me up on Sunday, like a few of you around 10 o'clock, remember, I live in Texas, all right? So I'm 2 hours ahead of y'all. So I highly recommend getting them into me sooner rather than later. That way I can make sure you get your questions answered, excuse me. If you email me Sunday evening, there's not a guarantee it's going to get it in. I'm going to get to answer that question in by the time the assignment is due. So make sure you guys are getting your questions in as soon as possible. All right? Okay, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, guys. Have a great week.